All right, family. It's Delano here. I want to welcome everybody to our Monday Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom that Will and Tim do each and every single Monday night at 8 o'clock. So, guys, thank you guys for being on time. Thank you guys for being early. Again, thank you guys for your patience. We'll be getting started here in a little bit less than 3 minutes, guys. Hope everybody had a great Monday, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. Of course, we're getting started here in a few minutes, guys. Make sure that you guys, have good Wi-Fi, good signal wherever you are. We don't want you guys to miss any of the content that Will and Tim are going to be sharing with us tonight. And guys, again, thank you for your patience. We'll be getting started here in a little bit less than 2 minutes. Hey fam, this is Delano. I want to welcome everybody to our Monday Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom that Will and Tim host each and every single Monday night at 8 o'clock. Again, I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great Monday. Guys, if you guys haven't already, definitely make sure that you RSVP to this year's first meetup, Maintaining Momentum in 2020. You guys are definitely going to like it. You're going to love it. So definitely come down and to the meetup. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday after next, the last Saturday of the month. You guys are definitely going to be in for a treat. For those of you that are new, welcome. Will and Tim, they have 20 plus years of experience in not only wholesaling real estate, but pretty much every facet of the real estate game these guys have done. And guys, I mean, if you're here, you're definitely in a great place. Nothing but great things to say about these brothers, man. They definitely helped not only myself, but they helped a lot of people not only get their first checks, but actually grow their business. They helped countless of sellers, whatever their distress was. They're just really great brothers, guys. And I'm just super excited about tonight's Zoom and everything that they're going to be talking about tonight, guys. But without further ado, if Will Galloway and Tim Harvey, if you brothers are here, the stage is yours.
Hey, Delano, how's it going? Can you see us and hear us?
Hey, I can see and hear you perfectly fine, Tim.
All right, perfect. Well, listen, guys, my name is Tim Harvey. My partner's name is William Galloway, guys, and we are so excited about this money-making motivational mindset Zoom, which happens each and every Monday night from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. And guys, before we get started, I just want to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving us this opportunity to even do this call, to be able to do this Zoom, guys. We are so blessed and we are so thankful for the opportunity to be able to do it. So, and before we get started, without any further ado, just want to thank that young man, Delano, as well, who did the introduction for us, as he does every single week. We are grateful for him. We're grateful for his dedication, grateful for what he's doing. He's got a lot of deals in the hopper, and we know that we're going to actually get some things done. And guys, like I said, welcome to our money-making motivational mindset Zoom that we do each and every Monday at 8 o'clock p.m., guys. For those of you around the country, guys, this is the place to be at 8 o'clock p.m. My name's Tim. My partner's name is Will. And just to kind of give you guys, if you have never joined our Zoom before or never joined our Facebook Live before, let me just give you guys a little bit of introduction to who we are and how we got started. Like I said, we started this back in 2015, and God just dropped an idea on us on how to bring, how to build a community of like-minded individuals. Myself, my partner Will, we had actually been friends, before business, Bible-based friends, Christian-based friends, and before business. And one day we just came together and we're like, hey, let's just go ahead and start a community of like-minded people that want to do this real estate business the way that we do it, and more specialized in the field of wholesaling real estate. No cash, no credit type real estate. So we actually sat down one day inside of a Barnes and Noble and actually came up with the name, the concept, and everything. God dropped it on us, and we set it in our minds to actually have our first event that very next month. The first time we did an event, we had it at what's called a Piccadilly cafeteria. For those of you outside the Southeast, Piccadilly cafeteria is the kind of place where where you go in, you've got a tray, and you pick out, the different aspects of the food group, and you ask the people to put them on the tray. And by the time you get to the end, you pay, then you go have your seat. Well, anyway, at that very first event, we had so many people come out. We were overwhelmed by what we saw, so we decided to just keep it going. So since then, since 2015, we've had event after event after event after event, and as to where we're now hosting our meetups every month inside of our current headquarters in College Park, Georgia, where hundreds come out to to hear and to actually see what this Wholesalers R Us is all about. So we're grateful for that, and here we are. Eventually it got to a point where we were doing meetups, and a lot of our partners, got a lot of partners out there. A lot of our partners were asking us, well, listen, if you guys are doing the events once a month, why can't you guys do something to where we can all interact even more? So we started this call approximately 3 years ago, where we all just got on the call and began to share what happened, share on Monday. The reason that we did Monday was because we noticed that, people hate Mondays. Generally, if you're, you see the t-shirts everywhere, I hate Mondays. Well, anyway, I know that when I was in corporate America, I hated Mondays too, but it happened to be a mindset, happened to be a negative mindset of mine. But made a decision, myself and Will, we made a decision that, early on in our real estate careers, where we're going to actually start loving Mondays. And we love Mondays. Now Mondays are our favorite day of the week. because it's the day to get things started. It's the day to get things going. After your day of rest, which is on Sunday, Monday is the day to just go out all block, just crazy on Monday. So Monday is our favorite time of the week. And, we decided to just kind of make it infectious, with the rest of our partners. And now Monday's everybody's favorite time of the week. And now we love Monday. So we have our money making motivational mindset Zooms, which we do Monday evening, and to get you ready for the rest of the week. So here we are, partner. How's it going? Beat it. What's going on? What's happening?
I know you're gonna have a joke about my shirt.
I love it, man.
I gotta represent MJ, man.
Absolutely. Peace to the king.
Absolutely, man. I'm actually I'm feeling great tonight, man. I'm just blessed, man. I'm blessed, of course, to be here. Thank my Lord Savior Jesus Christ again for always allowing us the platform to be able to be heard and to be able to speak. Again, we don't take it for granted when we jump on these calls, man, because we know that people are listening to what we got to say. So I definitely, take heed to that. I'm actually currently out of town right now, visiting my little cousin. She's going through some things. So I just wanted to make sure I was here to support her and be here with her. So I'm just grateful that I was able to make it here and be here, by her side. So definitely grateful for that. But yeah, man, just ready to crank it up, man. I know, I was listening to you earlier, man, just talking about, Mondays, how the stigma is, people don't like Mondays.
Right.
And I get it, what I'm saying? I get it. It's one of those things where if you stuck to the 9 to 5 type of mentality, which is nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But everybody normally, for the most part, most people are off on the weekend. So it's like when you got to go back to work Monday, you like, dang, what I'm saying? It's time to get back to work. I was just enjoying myself these couple of days. Now it's time to get back to work.
Right.
But we got to get to the point where we're actually grateful for every single day, no matter if it's a Monday, if it's a Friday, a Sunday, Saturday, Tuesday, it don't matter what day it is. We just got to be grateful. Because every day, you got to understand that every day, you never know what day your blessing is going to be coming. You know what I'm saying? You never know what day increase is coming. You just never know. Yet that Monday, you could be, going into your job, and Monday is a day that, you get, a promotion, so you get, anything, it might be the day where, you get ready to make up your mind that you're going to go ahead and get started with that new business, so you just got to get focused and just understand that every day counts. Every day counts, and Monday should count more because it sets the tone for the week, and everybody knows that, we're big on momentum. We're big on, just getting things started and just taking action. And if you can get a start in the beginning, then it'll trickle into the rest of the week. So it's really important to get into a place in the mindset to start taking Monday serious. Start taking it serious because you know, in this day and time, man, tomorrow's just not promised. Anything can happen at any given time, any given day. We see it happen all the time. It seems like it's just coming so close to us. All these tragic things are happening. So I just wake up every day, even on Mondays, I just wake up just being grateful. I woke up this Monday just happy. I just was like, man, like I'm excited to get my day started. You know what I'm saying? I'm just excited. I done got to the point now where first thing that come to my mind on a Monday is I just start talking about, man, something great's gonna happen to me today.
Absolutely.
I just feel it. The other day, I forgot what day it was, man. I woke up in the morning and I was like, man, something that came from my spirit. It came from my spirit and it came out of my mouth and it said, man, something great's gonna happen today.
Right.
And it just came out. I don't know. I don't know if I was just visualizing it. I was dreaming it. It was in my meditation, but I just said something. And I hadn't said that in a long time. And that's normally one of my affirmations that I normally say a lot. Something great's going to happen to me today. And for some reason, the other day I said it. And something actually great happened that day. You know what I'm saying? And I say that
Should
to
we be
say, like, sometimes,
surprised?
yeah, I mean, I say that to say, like, sometimes you literally just got to speak things into existence. You know what I'm saying? You can't guess something's good going to happen. You can't say, I hope something's good going to happen. You got
Right.
to know, you got to
You
claim
gotta expect it.
something great's going to happen. You got to expect it. And it got to
Right.
be so deep into your heart, into your spirit, to where it's like you feel it, even though it might not be right at that moment, but you feel it. That's how I was that morning. I woke up like, man, something's great's going to happen to me. I was like, woo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
But
it happened just within a few seconds. Then it went away, and then I forgot what happened today. I think I closed on a deal. I got a property under contract. It was something great. It
yeah.
was just some good news, and I was like, man, like that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was like, that's what's up. So
You
it's them affirmations is so important, man. You got to kind of like feel things in your soul, man. You got to speak that stuff.
but this is why we do this every Monday, because you've got to get used to Mondays being exactly what they are. And Mondays are money making, motivational, mindset Mondays. And if you get used to that, then guess what? You're gonna expect it every single Monday. And that's the thing. That's
Right.
the thing about it, man. Like I just remember like just being in corporate America, and I remember just kind of dragging in on Monday. Because listen, we know what happens from Friday to Monday. Friday, that, hey, people are glad to be off for the weekend. You know what it is. I mean, we're glad to be off for the weekend, but we get off at about 6, 7 o'clock. So it's like late, you know what I'm saying? And, you got Saturday, and sometimes Saturday you're trying to handle business for the family and things of that nature. And then Sunday, church, day of rest, and then all of a sudden it's back to Monday again. But and then you go Monday, you got to go through the traffic to get there. But if you insulate yourself, because listen, for those of you that don't live in Atlanta traffic is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I know, and
So
I stay downtown, so I get
yeah,
all of it.
yeah,
So
you get
yeah.
it all. So you've got to actually insulate yourself, and this is what I want to encourage you guys to do. If you guys are like still corporate America, someplace where you have to be, not where you want to be, but someplace where you have to be. This is what I encourage you to do on your way inside the job. Listen to something happy. Okay, don't necessarily listen to the radio, but listen to something happy. Listen to something that's going to motivate you. Listen to something that's going to inspire you. You can always get those earplugs, get onto YouTube or something like that, get Motivation University or something like that. And that's going to drive your day. Even when you're going to work, you're going to feel good, and people are going to be like, dang, what's going on with that person? What is going on with that person? What are they doing? But
Yeah.
you're already going to be armed with happy thoughts. You're going to be armed with knowing that your day is going to be great. And that's the kind of stuff that you can do. And I'm talking about just getting in your car. I'm not even talking about when you wake up. The first thing you should be doing is, like, if you don't have the affirmations in your heart, actually have them written down, so that it can be the first thing you see. Like if you get up and going to brush your teeth, maybe you can put something on your bathroom mirror. I used to do that with my wife, and it drove her crazy. I put those sticky notes on the bathroom mirror, and as I'm brushing my teeth, I'm great. It's a beautiful day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you've got to do something. Like, you've got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? You've got to do something different, because if you don't do something different, it's all going to be the same, right? So do things like that. And I'm not saying that people don't love Mondays, but I know there are people on here that need to hear this. Just arm yourself with what's good. Insulate yourself. Don't isolate yourself, but insulate yourself with what's good. And I guarantee you're gonna have a great Monday. How can we guarantee it? Because we did the same thing. Me and Will, we had to actually tell ourselves sometimes, and we can just go right on. Sometimes you've got to trick yourself, and I'll even dare say it. You've got to almost lie to yourself. You're not really lying to yourself, because you're really telling yourself what you really are. But you've got to lie to what's going on in the world. You understand what I'm saying? So
Gotta trick your mind.
yeah, you got to trick your mind. So when you trick your mind, then guess what? things will start to happen for you eventually. It's not always an immediate thing, but sometimes, but I guarantee over time, those things will start to happen for you that you want to happen for you. And it'll just be, all of a sudden your Mondays will be great. Today I had an opportunity to meet up with a partner. We had a closing like last Friday or Thursday or Friday. He came in and it was just a great day. Got a couple of deals signed up today. Great day. But it wasn't because of anything that I naturally did. It's because I made a decision. That's a great day for Will because he made a decision that it's a great day. We got a chance to look at several deals today because we made a decision that that's what's going to happen, and they happen for us, partner.
Yeah, and I mean it makes so much sense, and even when I was saying earlier about trick your mind, I just wanted to clarify what I meant by that. The thing about it is your mind is like a sponge, so you're always if you notice that your mind is more geared and absorbs more negative than it does positive.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like you're prone to responding to something negative. You remember the negative things. And I think it got a lot to do with just, what we've been accustomed to all our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like we're so used to absorbing negative energy. So it's almost like we feel that we have to respond to negativity for positivity. Like even when you look at the TV and with the media and just different shows that come on TV nowadays, like a lot of it is just a lot of negative stuff. A lot of it is not nothing educational. It's not nothing that's gonna help us mentally grow, learn from something, So when I say trick your mind, meaning that by your mind absorbing all of that negative stuff, you'll start believing and start receiving the stuff that's coming to you. You'll start receiving the news media saying all this negative stuff that's going on. So you'll start feeling like you're a part of, that media. You'll start feeling like you're a part of what's going on in the world. When you watch these shows where it's a lot of drama and there's a lot of stuff going on, you'll feel like it's okay, to be arguing with people all the time. It's okay to be in negative spaces and be doing negative things. And it's a lot of it has to do with, what we accustomed to, what we surround ourselves around. And a lot of it has a lot to do with our background, how we was raised, and I honestly don't think that, if you depending on how you was raised, that you can't be different, you can't change. I think that's, I think you can get to a place where you could just reset your whole mind. You could just reset the way you think, to reset the way you interpret life. My past was not the best. Some people, was born, in rough circumstances, rough areas, rough upbringings. But I honestly feel that, you have the ability to push the reset button and change the way you think, change the way you interpret life, because again, when I look back at my past and I look at now, I'm still the same person. Only thing different is I made a decision to want to change, and I think it comes to the place where you have to accept wanting to change. Nothing's going to change until you accept, when you tired of being tired, you just come to the place where you say, man, it got to be something better. I know I could do better. I know I deserve better. And when you start changing the way you think, changing the way you talk, changing your surroundings, changing what you take in, like Tim said, like I think a part of, my transformation, it just came from a lot of just tricking my mind, meaning like telling myself, speaking affirmations, speaking positivity, surrounding myself around positive things, clouding my mind with positive thoughts. Even, when I first started real estate, I was getting ready to quit, because it just wasn't happening fast enough. Just like a lot of you watching, we hear stories all the time where people saying, it's been a year, it's been 8 months, it's been 6 months, it's been 4 months. I still haven't closed my first deal yet. I tell my story all the time. It took me 9 months But within that 9 months, I think on the 7th or the 8th month, I was getting ready to quit because I just felt like, enough was enough. It's
Comcast.
just not working for me. Yeah. And I was getting ready to get a
Comcast.
job, you know what I'm saying? And something told me like, no, like quitting, like, man, quitting is like the worst thing ever you can do.
Yeah.
Quitting, it's just the worst, like I would rather just go out fighting and just know that I did everything in my power to get it done. Like, can you honestly look at yourself and say, like, you've done everything in your power to close your first deal. You've done everything in your power to be successful. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you can't say that you went as hard as you could go. You haven't given it 1,000%. You may have given it 20-30%, but you haven't given it 1,000%. You have not. If you can't sit
Are
there
you
and say
sold
that,
out? Are you sold
yeah,
out?
if you can't sit there and say that, then you have no reason to quit because you have not put in the necessary effort to be able to get that first deal closed. And a lot of you might say, well, no, that's not true. I'm working hard. I'm doing a lot. But everybody's lot is different. Some people have to work extra. Sometimes people have to take it a step further, and just go harder than what they think they are. They have to 10x even more than what they think they are. Because when you think you're doing something, a lot of times you're not doing enough, and you have to be real with yourself.
Have you noticed like it's almost like in school, like where you got two people that make straight A's, right? And one person, like it took like no effort to make those straight A's. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just all on natural ability, talent, blah, 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 whatever it is. And they make straight A's. But then that other person, it takes everything. Like I hear what you're saying. It takes everything in the kitchen sink to get that same straight A. And I think that's how some of us are, but don't quite realize it. You know what I'm saying? Like we feel like there's something wrong with the system or something wrong with this or something wrong
Right.
with that.
Yeah,
But really,
a lot
it's
of
just us. We
blaming
haven't
stuff.
put it all in. Like we're not sold out to what it is that we said we were gonna do. Let's just say January 1st. You know what I'm saying? So it takes, it really takes that just being sold out to what it is you said, what it is that you said you were going to do. You prayed to God about it. You told your family, you told everybody that was important to you. You told everybody that was important to you what you were going to do. Okay. But the person that you've got to really sell is you've got to sell yourself. You've got to be sold out. You got to be sold out to this thing. You've got to say, I'm going to make this thing no matter what. And you've got to continue to say it to yourself. Don't convince all those other people around you, but tell yourself continually, daily, that this is what happens. So, and Nisi said, Nisi says this, I just had this conversation with myself. So what we decided.
She said she just had this conversation with herself.
She said she just had this conversation with herself. She said
I'm so glad to hear
familiar.
that.
Huh?
I'm so glad to hear that because that's important that she said that because you have to get to a point and this is not going to sound crazy, but you got to get to the point where you got to talk to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have a one-on-one conversation with yourself.
The most important person in the world.
You have to have those reality checks.
Right.
Trust me, like again, like I said earlier, I was getting ready to quit, got to that point where I was like, nah, I can't. I just
Did you get the uniform, Will? Did you get the uniform?
Nah, I didn't. No, what happened was they called me. You talking about with Comcast?
Yeah.
No, they just called me and they offered me the job over the phone. They called me and the first thing I said was I got to pray on this. Because sometimes just because an opportunity comes in front of you, it doesn't mean that's what God wants for you.
It's not the best opportunity,
and
right?
So I knew I was basically going out trying to get a job, but that may have had something to do with just self-effort, so I had to pray on the situation to see, is this what I'm really supposed to be doing? Because I just don't think that my life is, and I'm not knocking a job, I'm not knocking Comcast because it's a great company,
but it wasn't for you.
But I just know it just wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that God had something better in store for me.
Right.
And why can't you guys think the same way? Like, and I say that to say, like, don't settle, don't
Let me
settle
let me
for
let me I want to ask you this because you said something so important. You said something about self-effort. Can you talk about that self-effort piece?
well, self-effort, I just think that self-effort means that anything that is not of God is
Okay,
self-effort.
okay, okay.
Anything that's not of God is self-effort. So we as humans, most of the decisions we make and most of the things we do in life every day is self-effort, if you think about it.
Okay, okay.
Because what we have to do is ask ourselves, when the last time before you made a decision? Think about it. When the last time did you pray on something before you made a decision? When you think back on a lot of mistakes that you made, when you think back on a lot of the things that didn't go right, you know first thing I ask myself is, did I pray on that? Did I get
Right,
confirmation on that? You know what I'm saying?
right.
And 9 times out of 10, if it didn't go in the right direction, um, you know, that was the case. We didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not to put us out of there on blast, but we had a disagreement. We had a
Yeah.
disagreement, and that's okay because we brothers. We had a
It's all good,
disagreement,
right?
and it's not about what it was about, but what one of the things that stood out to me was you said I should have prayed on that.
Right.
And that was a prime example of the decision that you made on the situation was self-effort because
Right.
you
Right.
did
It's
not
automatic.
pray. You didn't pray and get confirmation on that because if you would have, or if I would have prayed, maybe I didn't pray on the situation, but I just think that in life, when we pray on situations, and we get God's confirmation, I just don't think that it don't nothing negative comes out of that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nothing but great things come out of that. So
Right.
when I
Even if
prayed
you
on
know
the
what you're
job
doing.
situation,
Even if
yeah,
you know what you're doing, right?
absolutely, yeah, because sometimes, and that's the tricky part, because sometimes you can make a decision based on emotions or based on your
Right.
feelings or based on
Right.
how you feel about it at that time, and it feels
Right.
good,
Right.
but feeling good and God's confirmation is two different things, because sometimes when God tell you something, it's not gonna feel good. It's
Right.
not gonna make sense. You
It's
know what
not
I'm
gonna be
saying? It's not
easy.
gonna make sense.
Not gonna be easy.
And it may be something that where you be like, nah, I don't want to do it that way, or that don't seem right, or I don't see how that's gonna work that way.
Right.
And and that's the part you got to get better at, is like understanding that your way and God's way may not make sense, but his way is always the only way. And we got to get, and self-effort is making decisions, taking action without his confirmation, without his word behind it, without his approval behind it.
Right.
And if we can get in the habit of, when something comes in front of us, take a deep breath or just kind of think about it, kind of pray on it, and kind of just analyze, like, I ask myself nowadays, like, how would God want you to deal with this situation? How would he want you to respond? How would he
Right.
want you to handle this? And that's, my pastor teaches us to get out of the center. That's what he teaches us, to get out of the center. What I
Mm-hmm.
mean by get out of the center, meaning like when there's a situation, when there's a circumstance, like try to remove yourself out of the equation. Like, don't make the situation about you. Don't make it about how you feel. Don't make it about the way you interpret something. Because when there's other people involved, sometimes it's not even about you. It's about how that person feels, or
Right.
how did you treat that person, or how did you handle a certain situation. So when you come back to like your feelings and how it made you feel, or the way you interpreted it, then that's you back into the center of the equation. And sometimes you got to step back and step out of the center, and be cognizant that it's other people feelings, and other people are involved that you got to take consideration of. So
Well,
that
that's what like that's really what this group is all about. Like really like what I think the thing that kind of sets us apart from from anything else that's out there. And I mean, I think everything else out there is cool, but what sets us apart is just how we how we care. Like how we cognizant of what we're doing. Within with our fellow man, woman. How we're cognizant of that. What we're talking about tonight, guys, and what spurred this conversation on tonight was we're in the middle of the first quarter, and we've got a great meetup coming up on the 29th, and our meetup is going to be basically about like what have you done so far. like what, like where are you so far? Because we realize this, like, the beginning of the year, we make all our New Year's, resolutions, our New Year's pledges. We do everything, we say everything that we're going to be doing. Gyms are full, everything is full. So, but by this time, it's February 16th, 17th, right after Valentine's Day. Right after Valentine's Day, it's gone back. And people have made pledges to do business. People have made pledges to do this and do that, lose weight, blah blah blah. And by this time, a lot of us, have given up, stop doing what we say we're gonna do. And it's really just a time, a self-check. Look in the mirror. I like what Nisi said. She had the conversation with herself, like we all do. I don't care who you are. I don't care if this is your first deal. I don't care if this is your 50th deal. I don't care if, like you're trying to start a new system, new bit, blah, 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 whatever it is. Everybody around this time of the year, second month of the year, you got to go back and do some reevaluation, and that's what we're talking about tonight. I mean, it's just what happens is we go so far that we just let it slip. We let it slip. And next thing you know, you're March, April, May, first quarter already gone. So this is just that time to do some reflecting and be like, hey, what am I doing? Am I meeting my goals? Am I on track? If I'm on track, cool. What can I do to even improve that? If I'm not on track, what do I need to do to get on track? These are the things that we're talking about. At the beginning of the year, we talked about what you do. You pray to God, about the decision that you make. Once you pray to God about the decision that you make, you actually write it down, put it on paper, and then, number 3, then you take action. You take action on what you're doing. So we're talking about just reevaluating what it is that you told everybody you were doing, told yourself you were doing. Reevaluate, and that's what we're talking about now. So, this has been a great conversation. I'm glad that we've been able to have it, because I know, without a shadow of a doubt, there are people that like Nisi, having these conversations with themselves and be like, okay, what are we doing? I know Nisi just got her license. She just got her license to she's a licensed salesperson to sell real estate. So, that in itself can be, daunting. It can be, it can be something that, is new, is different. A lot of us come from, 9-to-5s. I remember when I left my 9-to-5, how different it was, working to be self-employed, working to maintain self-employed status. So guys, it's just time to just kind of tell the truth to ourselves and be like, what can we do to get better, partner?
Yep. I mean, I just think that we, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You just went off.
Yeah. You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I just think that we owe it to ourselves, man. To just be the best version of ourselves. And just piggybacking again off what Nisi said, I think that I had to do a lot of, talking to myself, just reminding myself of who I really was.
Mm-hmm.
And reminding myself of who was I going to become, because some of us have not become the person that we want to be, and the person that we know we can be,
Yeah.
So again, you got to speak it into existence. I knew that I was going to be very successful. I knew that I was going to be, I was, that was part of my affirmations. I'm going to be a multi-billion-dollar real estate investor.
Exactly.
I claimed it and I spoke it to existence.
Say that again. Say that again, Will. Say that again, so maybe somebody else can grab that, if you don't mind.
I said I was going to be a multi-billion-dollar real estate investor.
Hey guys, grab that. Grab that.
And at first I was saying million, but I said million wasn't big enough. I had to put a B behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and you got to think bigger than what you could be. And I know some of you might say, nah, I'd never be a billion.
What you can ask?
You know what I'm saying? But you never know. You think Oprah, you think she woke up, and by the time she was in her 20s, do you think she probably thought that she was gonna be a billionaire. I mean, she probably didn't think that at first, you know, when she was working for the news network. She probably just thought that she was just gonna be a great broadcaster.
I
She
got a good
probably never
job.
thought that one day, you know what I'm saying, I would own my own production studio and I would be a, you know, the wealthiest African American woman, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sure at some point she started believing that she could be that person, but I don't think she was, you know, growing up, I don't think she probably ever thought she would
Not from
be
her
as big as
environment,
she is.
not the environment that
Yeah,
she
not
came from.
yeah, and I'm speaking
Yeah.
from, like you said, from the environment that she came from, you know, just from the upbringing that she had and just what she went through as a young lady. You know, I don't think that her mind, um, and I could be wrong, but I'm just saying I don't think that her mind thought that far. You know, when she was a child or when she was a teenager, you know, I think as she got older, she probably started, you know, believing that she could be, you know, bigger than what she was, you know, and I just think she spoke it into existence. You know, she spoke it into existence. One quote that she always say on Oprah, one quote that she said was, somebody asked her, you know, what do you claim to your success? Like, what was one of the reasons why you feel that you're so successful? And you know, we talk about it all the time. She said, you know, I stay in my lane. You know, I stay in my lane. I just stick to doing what I do best. You know, I don't be over
Wow.
here. I don't be over
Wow.
there. I don't be trying to do this. I don't be trying
That's
to do
good.
that. I just stick to doing what I do best, and I become the best at it. You know, and
Wow.
I'm not trying to, you know, she's in the media. She's not trying to be the biggest real estate investor. She's not
Right.
trying to be, you know, a hair salon owner, or she's not trying to be, you know, all these other things. Like, no, she knows that she's big in media. So she
Yeah.
wanted to be the biggest media mogul there was in the world, you know, and she stick to her own lane. She want to, she's obsessed with being the best at that, you know. So be obsessed with being the best at whatever it is you're supposed to be doing, you know, and stick to just that. Don't be all over the place trying to do, because the shiny object syndrome is very, very, like, it's
All right.
addictive.
That's that. You about to jump on it.
It's
I was
addictive.
going to ask you to talk about that. Please talk about the shiny
I
object
mean,
syndrome.
it's addictive, you know, it's
Yeah.
addictive, because when you're in a place where you're trying to find your lane and you're just trying to find what you're supposed to be doing, everything sounds good. You know, all
Right.
these ideas that's coming to you sounds good.
Right.
You know, I get approached by ideas all the time. People approach me about things, and a lot of them are great ideas. I mean,
Yeah.
great businesses, probably prosperous ideas.
Right.
Nothing against none of them,
Right.
but I do real estate, you know, and that's what I want to be. Until I perfect being the best at that, you
Right.
know, then yeah, I can venture off to something else. But right now, I want to become the best at that, because I don't feel that if I'm not the best at what I'm doing, I don't feel that I deserve to be doing anything else.
I
You
agree
know,
with you, brother. I agree
so that's
with
just
you.
my mindset. Everybody else could be think differently, but I just feel that if I haven't conquered and perfected what I'm doing at the best and the highest ability and the highest level, then I don't deserve to be trying to do something else, because that to me is like I'm losing faith into what I'm doing, and I don't think it's fair to me, and I don't think it's fair to all the work that I put in over the years to do what I'm doing today.
Well said, man. I mean, that in itself is a synopsis. So let's talk about like this, and we need to stick there for a minute. This shiny object syndrome, because like in the beginning of the year, they hit you with it. You know what I'm saying? They hit you with, with all the advertisings, but doing new stuff. And it's really, if you really think about it, it's planned, because a lot of people, like W-2s, they're getting their taxes back, so like here in February there's a lot of new stuff happening, you know what I'm saying? So the same thing that you were excited about in January, they don't expect you to be excited about it in February, so they've got something new out there for you. so you've got to, you've got to understand what it is that they're doing. So this is what we're saying. This is what we're saying is that, and I feel exactly the same that Will feels, is that I don't deserve to be doing anything other than what I said I was going to do. And that's this real estate business. I don't deserve to be doing anything else, because I know I'm not the best at it yet. You know what I'm saying? Or that manifestation has not come yet. So I've got to be the very, 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 very best at this. and then I can get into something else. But not
But
until
that's just, but again, that's just what I think. Because again, don't get me wrong. I know I have a lot of colleagues that
and
they
do
own
multiple
multiple
things.
businesses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not knocking any of that. You know,
No,
I'm not
no.
saying, you know, you put to limit yourself to just one thing and you don't
But
supposed to be doing nothing else. I'm not saying that. So I want to make sure I clarify that. You know,
but
I'm just
but
speaking on
Will,
myself.
yeah, but I feel the same way that you feel. But also, you got to think about it from a newbie standpoint. When I say newbie, I don't mean to be insulting to a lot of you guys, but I'm talking about people that are new, that that have not closed their first deal. I'm here to tell you, and I'm just gonna say it. You said that this is something that you wanted to do, so or you prayed about it, and if you prayed about it, then you need to follow through with that until you get your first deal. That's that. Period, point blank. You took, and I'm gonna take what you said. I'm gonna take what you said. You took too much time into this to not see it through. There's too
Right.
much time you put into it to not see it through. And that would be an insult to you, your family, and whoever else co-sponsored you to do this. So
Let's
yeah,
take it to another level. Like what you just said. Like I let's say you take 6 months, 8 months, a year or longer, and you don't close your first deal, or you
right.
don't get that transaction done, and then you just all of a sudden quit. What happens when you try to venture into something else and you get the same results,
Same
where
result, right?
you're not able to accomplish that in the time frame that you expected, and then next thing you know, you're bouncing around just trying to
Bouncing
find
around.
what it is you're supposed to be doing, but you're not putting in enough time and effort to see things through.
Right,
You 3 feet
right,
from goal. Every time you get to the goal, you turn around and somebody else come get it. So
right.
you got to just stick to it and just hang in there, man, and talk
Hang
to
in there.
yourself. That was so
Ooh.
important. I know I keep repeating what she said, but that was just so important because I just remember just kept having to talk to myself. I had to convince
Well,
myself that I was going to get it done regardless.
well, the thing about and Nisi. Listen, Nisi's my friend. I've known Nisi for years, and I'm just gonna say this: like she's saying what a lot of people want to say. Like self-employment is harder than expected. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
And
yes.
come
I
on,
heard somebody else saying that the other day.
yeah,
I was talking to a friend earlier today.
yeah,
I'm not gonna say his name, but we had
yeah.
a one-on-one conversation, man, and he was just like, man, like people just don't understand. Like they see me on social media and
Yeah,
they think because I got this business and that business, I'm doing this
right.
and I'm doing that. They just put me on this high pedestal and just make me feel like I'm just doing all that. And I'm just trying to make it, man. I'm like barely making ends meet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it. But
Right.
on social media, people might, and not to say he's trying to put himself out like that, because
No,
that's not
right,
he's not that type of guy.
right.
But people will label you. People
People will
will,
label you, right,
when you post something like you're proud of something, or you post something that you're doing, or something that you're a part of, people will, put you on a certain level and say, oh, he on this level because I see he doing this, or I see he doing
right,
that.
right.
Like social
They
media, like
labeling you,
you have to
yeah.
understand, guys. Like me and my wife were just talking about this. Like social media is just pictures.
That's
You
all
know,
it is.
it's just
It's a
pictures. Like you can
snapshot.
you can you can take a picture of something and somebody can see it and they'll automatically like put you in this box and say, oh, you're this or you're that off a
Right,
picture.
right.
And you don't even know, like behind that picture is so many lies, there's so many untold stories. Some of it's true, a lot of it's not true. You know what I'm saying? But you on the other side of that, on the other side of that phone or the other side of the computer, you judging off what you see in that picture. But you don't know that picture might have pain behind that person. You know what I'm saying? It
They
might
all
have
have
struggle.
pain
You
and
know, and
struggle.
and it might look good and it might look all pretty on that image, but behind that image, you know what I'm saying? Somebody might be,
Crying.
a few crying a few dollars away from losing everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you just don't know. I mean, for
Right.
real, you just don't know. So I say that to say that I think one of the hardest things that anybody could do is be an entrepreneur. I
Yeah.
don't think that everybody's built to be an entrepreneur. It costs
Right.
to be the boss. It just point blank.
Right.
It costs to
Right.
be the boss. You got to have thick skin. It's not for everybody. Some people just need to stick to just that. that guaranteed check,
Yeah.
and be fine with that, because it's not for everybody. And not only that, like, if you do become an entrepreneur, it does not put you over anybody who has a job.
No, it
I
doesn't.
know plenty of people who work a 9 to 5 job, doing so much better than these
They're
people
doing
who
better than
claim that they're
entrepreneurs.
entrepreneurs, or claim that
Right.
they have their own business. And people only want to say they have their own business just to say they have freedom. But
Right.
if you're working like a person that's working 9 to 5, there's no freedom in that. The only
That's
freedom
real
comes
stuff.
when you're able to remove yourself from that business. That's when the real freedom comes.
Real stuff.
So we just have a
This
9 to 5 that we just working for ourselves.
this is the truth, man. And like I mean, look, guys, me and Will are getting down and dirty with you guys. Like this is
He said we
like,
get down and dirty. I know, and this wasn't even
like
scripted. I don't know. This conversation came from where it came from.
this is real. This is real. Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy, and we don't want to paint the picture. And I like what my friend Glenn, Glenn talks about real life real estate investing. We don't want to paint the picture because there's enough people out there, painting the picture of how easy it is. But it's not easy. I mean, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of pain behind, before the pleasure, and you just have to understand that. So if you go into it, our point is this: if you go into it already knowing what it is, then I think you'll stick with it even more, because you realize, hey, I mean, this, like I say this a lot, but this is true. It takes 4 to 5 years for a business to be successful. It's
Right.
like this is not get rich quick. This is get rich over a period of time. Sometimes you may not get rich. Sometimes you may, do whatever. But this is a what they call a marathon. Is Nipsey? Yeah, it's a marathon. So it takes time. It takes time. So that's why we're saying, guys, just be patient. Be patient with your business. Understand what it is. If you've got to stick on your job for a little bit longer, stick on your job for a little bit longer. Don't quit your job before, you've consulted with your husband or wife. Don't quit your job before, it's time. And, we're just being real. Don't do that. Don't do anything that's going to lend to your destruction. If you've got the mindset to tough it out, then you've got the mindset to tough it out. But just be wise with what you're doing. Have your steps be ordered. And if your steps are ordered, then go accordingly. Because some of us have a certain level of faith, some of us don't. And it just is what it is. So with that being said, I'm excited about the meetup, man. I'm excited about the meetup.
I know you want to talk about the meetup, but just letting everybody know we got probably about 5 or 6 minutes or so left on our call. So if you guys have any questions or comments,
Wilson,
on Facebook, shout out to everybody that's on Facebook. There's a lot of people on Facebook right now watching. Shoot us a comment. If you got a question about real estate or anything about mindset, comment, ask a question, we'll answer it. Same thing with the people on Zoom. If you got a question or comment, we love to answer questions. We love to break things down live. So you got anything you want to talk about, you can shoot us a message, comment.
Nisi says people fail to ask for help, which is true. That's what this is. This right here, like this is help. You know what I'm saying? Like what me and Will do is help. I mean, we keep it real. And she said there's
no platform out there that
right
will be open for an hour of the time every week, guarantee every week, where you can have a real estate issue, you can have a mindset issue, and you can come and ask and get a true,
a real answer,
genuine answer,
without selling something.
Without being sold on something. Like
right.
We've been on this call. I mean, we've been Wholesalers of Russ is 5 years now, and we've been on this call about going on 3 years now, and we have not sold anything on this call. We have not a product or nothing.
Never sold anything.
All we've been doing is giving great information, encouraging, motivating, inspiring, and that's all we've been doing. And I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying there's no other place, I don't think, on social media, period, that's guaranteed to be on live, and we'll answer your question live, we'll comment live, we'll give you our perspective live, And this is, coming from our years of experience of doing this business. So,
Ashley said it truly is a daily grind. And like we know Ashley, we know Ashley the Phillips from when they started. Like when they started in this business, you remember how they had spent all that money on, on the product, yada, yada, yada. But when they came to us, they knew that it was a daily grind and they went to work. They went to work. So big ups to Ashley Phillips.
And they have Ashley and Darius, and I'm not saying it because we have a strong relationship with them, but I'm just saying I honestly feel
we
they
know
have they got one of the highest work ethics that I know of.
exactly.
I don't think there's too many people that's going to outwork Ashley. When
No.
it comes to calls, when
No.
it comes to following up, I don't know too many people that's going to outwork her. And that's why her and Darius is consistently seeing great results. And I just love them to death. So
Yeah.
thanks for continuously being supporting us, and we're going to always continue to support them as well. So big up to
Charlotte says that she says positive things to herself every day. And guys, Charlotte's actually knocking on the door. I mean, she's got, she brings us, and what Charlotte's doing reminds me of the Phillips and what they did. Like just bringing
so much of them too. It reminds me of them. I mean, Charlotte's story reminds me so much of the Phillips.
Yeah.
Before Darius took off, they got told no to us so many times.
Right.
I know they heard a good 50 to 100 no's.
Yeah.
The 1 year stuck, and then once they closed that first deal, they was off to the races.
Yep. So
that's one deal and 1 yes. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes is 1 yes. So Wilson says faith it, you make it for sure. That's real stuff, man. Big ups to you, my friend.
Got to.
Deanna says, absolutely, you guys motivate us every week. No, Deanna, thank you. The meeting that you had on Saturday, I mean, that was an awesome meetup. I mean, just yeah, I mean, just like just the gems that we got from my brother OT. I mean, that was priceless. That was priceless. So
and
that's the other thing.
Like we be around OT and talk to OT almost every day or every other day.
Yeah,
we learned something from that meeting, and I didn't know that he would be able to teach me something, but he actually taught me something, man. So you learn something every day. So I was grateful for our brother.
Yeah, me too. So that's the other thing. We got a chance to see Faye. Faye closed her first deal. Of course, and Faye Faye did the call last week. Faye who got the probate list from Deanna, and called that list, and here she closed her first deal, over 10 grand. You know what I'm saying? Right. She was there Saturday, continuing to be in the craft part-time. She's working in the craft, learning, what it is she's supposed to do, but at the same time taking action. And I think part of it is just being around those people that are actually doing what they need to do, which is work. You know what I'm saying? Which is work. And if you get around to Ashley Phillips, then or Darius, then you're gonna know that their work. Like if you get around to Delano, it's about work, and that's what they're gonna reinforce to you each and every time, is it's about work. So I like what you said a little bit earlier. And hey guys, if y'all have questions, I mean, please just ask. But I like what you said earlier. You were talking about, can we really, really look at ourselves over this, 45, 47, 48 days? Can we really look at ourselves over this 48 days and say that we've given it 110% of our effort? Can we really, really look at ourselves and say that? And if we can look at ourselves and say that, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if we can't, then we got to go back, like Nisi says, is to look ourselves in that mirror and have a conversation with ourselves. Sophia, she's on the way. Sophia, I think we've got a deal that we submitted. She says she wants to learn how to get houses under contract. Girl, you're working it already. So, we're working. We're working this thing. Guys, what we can say is, at the 9 o'clock hour, if you got a deal and if you got something that's just a prospect, okay, let's just say, it's a prospect and you're not quite sure, send it over to us. REI Wholesalers are us at gmail.com. Send it over to us. REI Wholesalers are us at gmail.com. And we'll analyze it. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to analyze it. We'll analyze it. We'll let you know what we think. We'll let you know, what you feel like we need to offer. If we need to talk to the person, we'll talk to the people. Whatever it is, we're here to help. And this is what we do every single day. Will's got his business. I've got my business. But what we do is we come together with the Chet, Wholesalers are us. And we analyze your deals. I mean, it is what it is. Ashley and Darius did it for 2 years. 2 years. 2 years they did it. And now here they are, 6 figures, every year. So it is what it is. Sometimes you've got to train. You've got to keep hitting shots. You've got to keep not hitting shots, but you got to keep shooting shots to get where you need to go. And I'm not saying that sometimes. I'm saying that's all the time. You've got to keep shooting shots. Go ahead, bro.
I said the best train every day. I've been listening to Kobe documentaries, and he just talks about how he outworked everybody, how he started with everybody, how he the first to start and the last to finish, and he's constantly doing it every day.
Right.
He wanted to be the best at what he did. So we got to get that Mamba mentality, and we got to want to be the same way. I know we at the hour point. You want to talk about the meetup real quick before we jump off?
Yeah, I'm excited, man, because this meetup, this is our first meetup of the year, and we're gonna be talking a little bit more about this stuff, but we're gonna actually break it out. We're gonna actually break it out into steps. We're gonna talk about mindset. We're gonna be talking about what you can actually do. It's going to be the biggest meetup, and we want you guys to be here. It'll be February the 29th, Saturday, February 29th. We're gonna be at a special time. Different time than it normally is. It's going to be from 1 o'clock. It's going to be in the afternoon from 1 o'clock to, I think, is it 4 o'clock? 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, whatever. It'll be 1 o'clock to whenever for you guys. So we're excited about it because this is going to be our first time. This 1 o'clock time slot, and we want to see kind of how it works out. It'll be on Saturday. February 29th, we're actually in the leap year. You're not going to see the 29th again for a long time. So we want to help you have success, and we just believe that on the 29th, it's gonna be there. So what we want to encourage you to do is go to meetup.com / wholesalers are us, meetup.com / wholesalers are us, and register now. Bring a friend and share a deal. So when you register, bring a friend. We're not going to ask you for anything in our meetup. There's not going to be a gotcha other than we want to partner with you. We want to do some business. So please, definitely register. Go to meetup.com.
I think we're gonna have a cash giveaway or a gift card giveaway, maybe one or two as a cash giveaway. I know last year, normally on Black History Month, we do our Black History.
That's right.
Where we
right.
In the last couple of years,
right.
We out of people yet, so hopefully this year somebody win, and ain't nothing like coming to a free event and
get some money.
So come on out, man. We're excited. And the reason why, and just to piggyback on what Tim said, the reason why this meeting is so important because it's the first one, but it's about establishing and how do you create momentum. Because we are going to need momentum this year, in order to have a great year. It starts with momentum. It starts there. But a lot of us don't know how to get it started, and then the ones that do know how to get it started, a lot of them don't know how to keep it going. So
right.
We're going to have that open discussion on how to get it started, and then once you get it started, how to keep it consistent, how to keep
not
it going.
Not be a one-hit wonder.
That's we have those two issues. You got
right.
people who don't know how to get momentum and don't know how to get it started. And then we also have the people that know how to get it started, but they don't know how to keep it consistent. They don't know how to keep it going and let it take it to the next level. So we're going to have an open discussion about that at the meetup. We're going to break down what's helped us, what some of the trials that we face, and how we've learned from them, and have an open discussion on how we can get better. Because that's what it's all about. This is about building each other up and getting better as a whole. So we look forward to talking to you guys on the 29th at Club B in College Park. Our new time again from 1 to 4. Go ahead and get all your stuff out the way in the morning, and we'll see you guys that afternoon. And we're excited. So appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging in there with us tonight on this call. Hopefully, you guys got something out of this call tonight that you can apply. And we'll be here next Monday, same time. Facebook, Zoom. We'll be here. We'll see you guys next Monday, 8 p.m., same time. We love
All right, y'all.
Y'all.
Peace. Love y'all.